it's BA and welcome to my kitchen. This is something I've been wanting to start for quite some time now, and it's finally coming to fruition. I'm a home chef. I grew up in the South, had a stint as a plant-based eater, spent some time in Korea as well as all parts of America. So I feel like my food influences can be a little all over the place, but I like to think that it's well balanced. It's creative as we take some takes on some classic dishes, as well as approachable. I think that the kitchen should not be a scary place. It should be an approachable, fun gathering place in everyone's home. And so without further ado, let's get cooking. Today we're going to be making tuna and trout salad with fresh chickpeas and herbs. Let's do it. Okay, also disclaimer, we've been struck with children at recess today. Now we're being struck with the freaking, what is it even called? The radiator. The radiator for heat. Sorry, it's New York City. It's cold as fuck outside. So
although other cities do have radiators, but being said.
But ours are just loud and old and noisy, and I'm not in control of it. Ask my superintendent about it. Alright, so let's go. I'm going to start off with chopping my shallot and my peppers up. So you could use a red onion if you'd like, but I like the shallot. It's a little more mild, and because once we dice it up along with the peppers, we're going to be putting our white vinegar on it. We want to do this first because it's raw onion and peppers. The peppers are going to be spicy, and then the oniony thing that you use, it's going to have a lot of bite on it because it's raw. But if we get it kind of quick pickling in this vinegar beforehand, then we'll be good to go. And for anyone that might be a little weary of the, oniony or the spiciness, it'll be a little more tolerable for everyone. I also find that like shallots, they don't make me cry as much as a regular onion. Okay, now I'm tearing up a little bit, but so maybe I was lying.
That's because you stuck your face in it.
I just wanted to see what the truth was. Okay, so I got my shallot in there. Now I'm just gonna do the same thing with my peppers. I'm using half a Serrano today. Beautiful, look at this. I'm gonna do the same with my jalapeno.
Now, as someone who can't handle spice, how am I going to do with this?
Well, okay, so the vinegar is going to help with that, actually. It's going to take away some of, the initial bite that you get. And then, I think in the recipe, because what you're about to see is, once I chop this up, I'm going to mix them together. And if, you're, just super, just weird about heat altogether, you could just take the peppers out, And instead of the peppers, or the jalapeno and the serrano, you could use something like a banana pepper. That would be so delicious, actually. You want to
You should just grow a spine.
Grow a spine for once. Eat a pepper. Why don't you like spice, huh?
Canceled.
So now that we have our peppers and our shallot over here in the works, in the bowl, we're going to put that white vinegar in there. In the recipe, it just calls for a few splashes. I'm not going to be too fussy or particular about it, so I'm just going to put a few splashes in now and might adjust later once we get the whole shebang. So now we're going to add in, with the vinegar, some hot sauce. I'm using El Yucateco, but you could literally use anything you like. I used Valentina the first time I made this, an example. So then we want to mix that hot sauce and that vinegar around with the shallot and the peppers. And the longer this part sits, the less bite the shallot or whatever onion situation that you use, less bite it'll have. Same for the peppers. They'll be a little less spicy the longer it sits. So, beautiful. Got that going. Now we're going to mince our celery, our herbs, and our pickle. And then get that going in there too. My first cookbook that I ever owned was Paula Deen's My First Cookbook. And I know that she's canceled now. I'm not saying that I'm like a huge fan or anything like that. Is that controversial to say though, my first YouTube video? I don't know.
What? No.
Okay, yeah. No, I think we're all on the same page, right? You can't like say things that she says or has said in the past. But that being said, my first cookbook was Paula Deen's My First Cookbook. And she had like 3 or 4 different like celery recipes. Interesting.
Sounds gross to me. And honestly, when you do ensalada with peanut butter and raisins, like you just want the peanut butter and raisins. Like you don't actually want the celery.
No kid likes celery. You know, I don't mind eating. Actually, I like celery now, but as like a child, like, why is there a whole chapter in this cookbook for me about celery and like what to put on it to make me like it? Chop, 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 chop. We're gonna take 1 pickle, like a pretty small pickle. It's a little bit bigger than a gherkin, but not that much bigger. And then same thing, same shit, different vegetable. Okay, so now that we've chopped our celery and finished chopping our pickle, we're gonna throw in the herbs on top of it. As I said before, I am using cilantro and curly parsley today. But honestly, whatever herbs you keep in your fridge will be good to go. And you wanted the recipe calls for half a cup of chopped, packed in your cup herbs, so half cup chopped. But if you wanted to go a little heavier, a little lighter, like we did with the pepper today, feel free to do so. Now that I've got those in there, I'm gonna use the zest of this lemon and also the juice of half of it. I use both because I don't know. I mean, I like how bright and zingy and zippy and tangy and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da that this tuna salad is. I don't think I've had one that's quite as bright as this one. And I did it with lime zest and juice the first time actually. But I think it works either way. I've had lemons the other times I've made it, so that's what I'm using today. Once that is done, you take your half can of chickpeas and you give them a little mash. I might end up using a fork halfway through this, but I also have this masher that I'm gonna use today. Nothing to it. Okay, so now that we got our chickpeas on top of our veggie, herby, yum yum situation, we're gonna throw in our spices, which I went ahead and measured ahead of time. I seasoned to taste, like I said, adjust to your liking. That, you know, this is about it, and then once we taste it, I might adjust it a little bit then too. And then I'm also gonna add in my sauces, so my honey Dijon and my mayo. In the recipe, the honey Dijon, we're gonna do a teaspoon, a heaping teaspoon, and then just a couple tablespoons of mayo. Alrighty, so now we're going to add in our trout and our tuna. I prefer to keep it in like pieces. I don't like it to be so much mush. Mm. Oh my god, I can't get the tuna out. Oh, there we go. And then give it a mix. Yeah, and so once you have your fish all mixed into your beautiful little bowl, your bright green, cute, beautiful bowl, what am I saying? Give it a taste. Just to see if it needs anything, although I doubt it does. It's bright, it's zippy, it's zingy. It's not your mama's tuna salad. And I think it takes away some of that fishiness that people are worried about if they're scared of it, like I was when I was a kid. Do not be afraid, embrace this, give it a try, and, you know, adjust to your liking. Now, I want to have my friend Marielle come on and give it a taste. Okay, so what do you want to do? Do you want to do tortilla chips or these flatbread crisps?
I'm definitely into, I think, the flatbread crisps.
These are so yummy. Have you had their pretzels?
No, I haven't had anything.
Oh my god, these are so good. Yeah, they're made.
Well, I'm very hungry, so I'm excited.
Yay! Okay, well, take a dip.
Yay. It's a big, I'm going to take a smaller.
Yeah, do your thing.
I can't actually.
You can't even have any of it.
Okay.
Cool, cheers.
Oh, wow. I'm just hungry too. I'm just eating these crumbs.
Yeah, have some, yeah.
It's really good. It's very zesty and bright, and like you said, perfect for like warmer days. And you know it's gonna be in the 60s next week, so gotta
whip it out, yeah.
Yeah, whip it out. Pretty delicious. I'm into this, and it feels very like wholesome, healthy.
Yay! It's not
delicious.
like so mayo-y as like the deli.
But I'll be honest, I like mayo, so I wouldn't.
Me too. I'm not
mind
hating. I'm not hating. But for the people who are afraid, I feel like this is like an okay thing.
I love it. Bring it to work.
Yeah. All right.
We work together.
Yes, we do work together. All right.
Okay, now I'm gonna hop off of this.
All right, y'all, that's all I got for you today. Thank you for tuning in. I hope that you try it. If you put your own spin on it, let me know what's up. What did I do right? What did I do wrong? Or lie and say that you made it. I don't really care. But thank you so much for the support or lack of, regardless. Marielle and I will be releasing more, hopefully in the future. We'll see how this shit goes. And until next time, I'm BA. Bye.